Hello, thank you for clicking on this Fun with Pete and Sherry video. I am your host, Mr. Julian. Oh, hello. Come on. Yeah, I hear you. Alrighty. This is your co-host, Tipsy. And, well, what are we going to do today? First of all, let me tell you about a problem plaguing us here in the Mid-Atlantic. At this time, we're having some whiskeys that have been commonly available up until now get a little hard to come by. In fact, we've got, in particular, some of the sherried whiskeys, and some of the best sherried whiskeys have been disappearing. You cannot buy Macallan 18-year-old in Virginia right now. Not a single place has it. I mean, the warehouse in Richmond doesn't have it. You cannot, anywhere I've found recently up and down the East Coast, find a bottle of the 18-year-old Yamazaki, for example. And so I was very pleased the other day to find this. Something I've been looking for a long time. I've never actually tried, and in fact this is going to be the first time I try it. So what's in my bag of tricks today? Glendronach. A 12-year-old Scotch whiskey. This is a Highland malt, and Glendronach is very much a sherried whiskey in a distillery that has gone through a number of different focuses. Was owned by teachers for a time, and was basically focused on going into a blend. Is now owned by the same folks who own Glendronach. That's what I meant to say. The same folks who own Glendronach. And ooh, that's sure a nice color. I said this is a sherried whiskey, by the way, and this is even more than a sherried whiskey, because this is matured in both sherry and precious PX casks. Pedro Jimenez. So, let's see what we get here. I understand, by the way, that the stuff that's coming off the stills today in Glendronach is going into bourbon barrels for about 6 years, and then going into sherry barrels, and then I think perhaps still PX barrels after that. That will give it, I think, some additional complexity. So I've certainly got no problem with that strategy on their part. Yeah, what can I tell you? Big sherry on the nose. Woo! Well, that's fun. You guys want to leave me alone with this for a little while? Oh, that grape juice, apple juice. Perhaps a little more juicy and a little less winey than, say, a Macallan. Spread that around. See what happens. Alright, this is for you, my friends, the South Florida peat lovers. You know I've been trying to find this Glendronach for ages. Still can't wait to try that Parliament. Oh man, that's a great nose. Tiny little bit of biscuity flavor, little yeasty, biscuity flavor, but much more of the fruit, fruit jam, raspberry jam. All right, there's a lot to play with on that nose. Yeah, also plum. I'm looking for like the strawberry in Macallan, but I didn't really get that. Is it a raspberry, buttered biscuits, and plum, I think is going to be it. All right, let's give it the final test. Damn, that's a nice whiskey. The smoothness and gentle entry is considerably smoother than, say, a 12-year Macallan. It doesn't have the sharper, um, more tangy notes. It's a little deeper. And yes, it has some of the heavier flavors. Molasses comes in. And a nice, long, very mild finish. You could just get a little bit of like date lingering in the background, little raisin lingering in the background. And then it's kind of just gone. Medium, medium finish. Still, that's an excellent example of a great sherry whiskey right there. And certainly the sweetness of the PX makes a big difference. An impressive whiskey, to be sure. It feels perhaps like it may not have the accessibility to everyone of like a Macallan, where the sort of the tangier flavors are sort of instantly recognizable. This very fruity nose, but a little further back, a little more reserved when you actually taste it. And complex, but not perhaps devastatingly so. I'm not getting a lingering mix of flavors that goes on and on. I have also heard that this Glendronach gets considerably more complex as you go higher and older than the 12. Alas, I only have with me what I have. And still, I've talked about one of the best things that you want to have in a whiskey being the lack of any any taste that you don't want. That may be the most important thing, and Glendronach certainly has that, even more so than a Macallan 12. Whereas mentioned in Macallan 12, you get a little bit of that sourish wine flavor at the end. Absolutely nothing like that here. Smooth and sweet straight on through. Nice. nice, nice, nice. Oh. 9.2. Give Glendronach a 9.2. The smoothness, the deliciousness, lack of anything that you don't want is worth that. Alright, thank you for coming. I'd like to be alone with the Glendronach now.